Hello, Footies, and welcome to episode 684 on this scorching hot Friday. And I'm not just talking about Footies, we're absolutely melting here in Scotland. I think it's at least 10 degrees, and every Scots person is walking about with their tops off. Well, not the women, I hasten to add, before you all fly out here. A stellar show tonight with a stellar cast as well. He is the Michelangelo of tactics. He's making a welcome comeback. No, he hasn't left us. He's not in the huff. Welcome back to my very good friend, Art.
I was thinking who you're talking to, but yeah. Welcome back, guys. I'm here. I'm alive, at least for one more week, at least. Definitely. Then we'll see how it goes from next Saturday. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, guys, and see your faces. Maybe not all of them, but I'm here.
We have missed you, mate. We've missed your sparkling personality, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to tactics.
We'll see. We'll see.
Definitely. Here he is, though, the man who gets elite with his feet. He's got those twinkle toes. He's got that wonderful voice as well. We are very Scottish when we talk together. We'll do our very best to try and tone down our accent. But hello to my good friend, James, a.k.a. Tolando77.
How we doing, guys? Welcome back, and good evening to all the listeners. Good to be back again, lads.
And it wouldn't be a Friday show without our man, the main man himself, who is, I have my Crete top on tonight because he's going away soon to that wonderful island. Here he is, the head of foot coaching, the man, the myth, the legend. It's my good friend, John.
Thank you, mate. 6 more days and I'm off. You talk about Scottish heat with being 10 degrees Celsius. It's 42 currently in Greek, I saw. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun there.
Well, you make sure you pack that Crete top, John, and you wear it with pride, my friend. But let's start off and see what your week's like being in foot. Is it been as warm as the weather, or is it damp like a normal Saturday here in Scotland? James, let's start with yourself. How's your week been?
Like we touched on last week, Chris, about shapeshifters, wasn't much a fan, to be honest. I'm a fan of getting the Evos, plus even though it is what we're in June, I'm still looking forward to do my Evos. So getting Quick Step Plus for the objective for I believe it was the Path to Glory Sprint League, I think it was. So that was pretty good. That was good, but other than that, I've just been I think it's just been a waiting room for Footies, to be perfectly honest with you. Now it's here. So we've officially entered the end game. So I think it just gets a lot better from here.
Good stuff. And Art, have you played much foot this week?
Not really. Definitely not as much as I used to. So a couple of things why not, but what I did is I finally recorded a video for my YouTube channel that is connected with our foot coaching team because I was receiving so many messages, where am I and what I'm doing and why I'm not posting videos. Basically, the AFC 26, I feel like 25, I reached to the point where I cannot learn anything more in this game so far, for me at least. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing all the promos, I'm seeing all the cards, but they're not adding anything special for me to just jump in and straight open the game and play it.
Okay, we'll get to tactics soon enough when we talk about gameplay. But John, how's your week been? Are you like Art or are you like James?
No, I'm honestly more like Art. Also, last week before holidays, always criminally busy, I'd say. And we're changing a lot. We'll talk about this podcast and stuff sooner and later. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes, which takes up most of my time. So it's been crazy days, average of 3 hours sleep a night, which if you look at the YouTube version, you can probably see. Although we do have a good makeup artist these days. So hopefully it's not too bad. And we can do some things with the lightings. But but I did play. Most often though, when Footies hits, it's my holiday time, and after my holiday, I'm just recharging for a new game. So I don't expect to play too much from Footies, but I am sort of glad that the last 11-week promo are over. If I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah, it did seem to drag. I think it had 2 weeks in it if it was lucky, and to go, was it 4, wasn't it? It just felt like it was never going to end. for you. But we're now we're at the end game, as you've said, James. It's the wonderful world of footies. Those pink cards are out in Forza and also icons as well. But what I thought we'd do is we'd play a little game with you guys to see if, and our listeners, please play along at home. We're going to mention a couple of players. You need to tell me which one is the highest value and which one is the lower value. And maybe once we've done it, John, you could bring the cards up on screen. So let's start with some of the biggies. So we've got Pele on one side, and we've got Lamine Yamal on the other. So, Art, who do you think costs the most?
Costs the most.
Both are 99 rated. So, which one would cost you the most in coins? Between Pele...
You know what? I will go with the logic that icon is harder to pack, so I will go with Pele.
And James, yourself?
I would agree with that. The icon, I would go with Pele.
And John, a typical Dutchman, are you going to be a bit contrary?
Sure, why not?
Well, sorry, John, I talked you into that
I know, but I mean...
The truth of the matter is, Pele is a cool 9.8 million against Lamine Yamal's 9.2 million, so a 0.6 million there difference. But I think we have to start with probably some have considered the greatest of all time, and it's not Lamine Yamal, is it? It's Pele. Let's have a look at that card, John, because I mean, I think a 99 rated Pele cam card is absolutely wonderful. I don't know if you guys, James, let's start with yourself. What do you think of the card? Is there anything that's wrong with it? Is it even possible being 99 rated?
I'm just looking forward to pack it in champs. So I'm looking forward to it.
Again.
I usually pack the Brazilians. Yeah. So we've had Ronaldinho just recently. I just did Cafu. So I'm looking forward to posting it in the Foot Coasting Discord that I've got it. But joking aside, it's like Endgame looks a phenomenal card. Pele's always good in this game, and then just to add playstyles to already a elite card, I think that's just takes it to a different level. In all honesty, so yeah, really really good card. Looking forward to not packing them, but maybe if similar players. But again, we're at that stage now where all the cards are 99, but there's just different like aura about different cards, and certainly Pele's get the aura indeed, definitely.
And Art, if we bring up Lamine Yamal for you, anything in this card that you'd like to highlight to people if they have that 9.2 million to spend at this stage of the game?
Are we talking about the Yamal card right now?
Yeah, the Yamal card, yes.
Can you post that one?
Yep. I think John's just having a wee bit of technical issue there.
No, it's all right, but it's a bit funky.
It's a bit laggy. The weather is affecting our Wi-Fi, folks. I think that's
Well,
the issue.
you know what? For me, the problem was with previous Yamal cards. He has a position that I'm not using in my formation. It was before.
Mm-hmm.
The other issue was that I felt like the card was a little bit weak and was bodied too easily. But looking at this card, I mean, guys, come on, it's like four stats at 99 on face stats, of course. I think they increased. I don't see the stat, but if he has 92 physical, I think they increase his strength. So definitely this. I mean, 9 mil. I will wait. He's gonna drop. Definitely.
No, man,
come on.
Spare change before you go.
It's just like there are so many people that enjoy Trickster as a playstyle. This is the one that I'm not like a huge fan, because I don't do those all skill for fancy skills and stuff. I know it's great for a fake shot and stuff, but he's not the type of player that I'm looking for. I much more prefer like Pele, player in the cam or striker position than him. Like if I had to choose, I would go with Pele.
Okay.
I agree, though.
So, guys,
you don't?
Yeah, I agree. No, I do agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, let's try another one then. We're going to go with this one. This is a weird one. So, it's Blaise McTweedy, 97 rated.
Someone's having a fight with cats going on. Is it your backyard, Chris?
No, I don't think so. No, it's not that.
It's probably James.
Oh, my cat's falling asleep right beside me.
No, I've got my
Living the
my
Scottish
hearing's
life.
bad, but
I have no cats.
Something's happening. The wonderful world of podcasting here, guys. It is definitely a silly season when it comes to the footies, isn't it? So we've got Blaze McTweedy. I nearly gave you the price of him there, and that would have really ruined the game. And also against Z Roberto, another Brazilian, which I'm sure James is going to pack. So we'll start with Art this time. Art, who do you think is the most expensive out of that one?
Let's stick with Brazilians still. I'll go with the Z Roberto.
John?
I agree. I'll show you not.
And James? Is it 3 for
that
3?
Matuidi card was quite expensive, actually. He's hero for some mad reason at the start of the game. But I'll go for the other player. Definitely the Brazilian, Z Roberto.
Well, guys,
Chris.
It was a hard one. There was only 100k in it, and actually Blaze McTweedy is the most expensive card, would you believe?
Interesting.
97 rated CDM, yes, a cool 1.8 million. So at this stage of the game, 97 rated CDM. I just wonder if we could have a look at that card and just maybe work out why that card is so expensive. John, will we start with yourself this time?
Well, I don't know if he's so expensive though. If you're 9 million for the other players, then Matuidi isn't that bad, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this stage of the game, Chris, I think it's really hard to value a card. These cards are all good. You know what I do? I always liked footies because the cards came cheap or free, or I don't associate footies with 2 million plus cards. So it's just me, Art.
Well, for me, those cards, I mean, the prices are all dependable on how they are, how packable they are, right? I mean, if like in every pack that you're going to pack Matuidi right now, his price going to drop to 10K. I mean, 100K because this his price range, lowest price range. But still, it's also not like for us to compare Matuidi and Zeroberto because I don't think Zeroberto is playing CDM at all. So it's a little bit tough to decide between those cards. I've heard so much good stuff about Matuidi. I haven't used him, but I've used Zeroberto card, and I actually evolved him too. So in that CM position, I wasn't using him as a left back because I think he also can play at that position in game. But as a CM, he was doing a great job for me. Like his positioning on the pitch and stuff, his AI of making runs. So between those two, if I had to pick, I'm still going with the Brazilian stuff.
James, just wanted to ask you, because you are probably going to pack Z Roberto, let's be honest. You are like most Scottish people, for some reason you've got a magic touch for the Brazilians. I know the card we'll try and pull that card up for you to get a look at it. Is there anything in that card that maybe stands out for you that would make you want to part with 1.7 million in coins?
He'll just pack them anyway.
I know he'll pack him. John, I'm trying to stop him getting so much hate that he's going to get. Because let's be honest, he's already got 3 Peles, 2 lying in the SBC storage already. So
and don't forget about the Ronaldinhos.
I've heard the rumour. I've heard the rumour that he has packed Ronaldinho, though I'm not sure that's been confirmed. I don't know if you can confirm that or not, John. James,
if you listen, here's just one thing though. If you're listening to the podcast, this is the moment you get up on your seat. You take your phone, you go to Spotify, and you type the text Ronaldinho as a comment on this show, just to make sure you can remind James how often he packs Ronaldinhos.
Yeah, I did pack Ronaldinho just in case anyone hasn't been aware of that. No, joking aside, he looks like a cracking card. I agree with John at this stage of the game. There's always going to be good cards. It just comes down to preference, really. If you're doing a Brazil past and present team, if you're doing a Bayer Leverkusen past and present team, then it's definitely a must buy. He's got 5 play styles, which is always good at this time of the year. We're going to 5 play style City now. And also he's got rapid, first touch. I could go on until I'm blue in the face about how much I value first touch. He's also got Trickster. I actually like Trickster. I feel you don't need to do really a lot of skills to get the benefit from it. Like Art touched on, he did say about the fake shot. I think that's so good to get a half a yard off your opponent. I think it's very, very. I think it's valuable. So I like that. Incisive pass. Let me ask you guys and the listeners. Is there any, now we're at the end game, is there any, play style plus that it's a given in your team? Like, for example, I'm trying now to have at least 9 out of 11 players, or maybe 8, have an incisive plus. I always value passing in this game and how sometimes it's inconsistent, but having the incisive plus playstyle is massive for me. Is there any playstyles right now that's a non-negotiable, guys, that you have to have in a team? Like, you need to have your defenders on quick step plus, or your attackers, or vice versa? Is there any specific playstyle plus that now we're in end game you have to have?
Archel?
Well, you know what? Like 2 3 months ago, I evolved a CDM and gave him a quick step plus, and it was a game changer for me. That the stuff that he was doing by reaching to the players, the opponent players, quicker with that play style, it was just amazing. So for me right now, what I'm looking, especially, it's my like defensive midfield line and all the fullbacks, center backs. I'm looking for that quick step or at least rapid plus. Not the defensive playstyle, actually, but actually that speed boost playstyles, because all the attackers has those. So I need to confront them with my defenders to have those playstyles too.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care too much. Because at this stage of the game, does it really matter? I think we also had some questions sent in on the socials, Chris. People asking, does it matter if you have 4 or 5 playstyles? Does it matter if a player is 99 rated or 97 rated? I think this is just a season. I'll just pick players that just are cool.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with John. I think I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, it's ruined the game. Is the low-driven shot? I mean, I think that's absolutely ruined this game for me. The amount of time.
Why is that?
Because the amount of time I face people and they just spam that, and it's almost always a goal. You know.
Okay, so you don't want them to score the goals.
I'm looking away.
No, so you don't want them to score goals, because any other shooting mechanic is not working as it should be. So if finesse shot was working enough, like in the box or stuff, we would be using finesse shot, but it's not working as intended to. Why? Because I agree it's a little bit too much, like of the spamming, and it goes sometimes to the like close to the goalie and it still goes in. I don't like those situations. But the low driven shot, as it is, like, it should be in the game. And I'm glad they did that. And John, if I can come back to you, I don't agree actually with you that every card is like just get any card and enjoy. I'll tell you this way. Every card is right now like 97, 98, 99 face stats, like looking perfect, right? But you're facing also the same cards in your opponent team. So I think we're still in a process that you should pick the cards that suits you with animations and the style that you play with. Like, let's just consider why Fody. I'm looking at the footnote right now. She's 97. I'm looking at her stats and I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's 20, 30K. You know why? Because her previous cards were not performing as like stats showing. She wasn't like present in the midfield, in the center and stuff. And I'm thinking, like, you know where I'm going with this? It's like, doesn't matter that we're reaching to the point where all cards are 99 or 98. You still have to choose the one that's going to work for you.
I'd agree with you on that one, Art. I would agree. I think, just to come back to you on the low-driven shot, I think the problem is the goalkeepers seem very weak against it. So it seems almost to be a goal if the goalkeeper does nothing. Buffon, I'm using the Buffon goalkeeper. He's great at saving shots, but low-driven, it's almost like somebody's tied his feet together at that point. He just doesn't seem to pick up the ball at all. And for me, it's too easy a goal. Do you know what I mean? So we've had it with power shots, and then we had it with Travelas years ago, and now with finesse shots. People with finesse shot plus always wanted that. They put low driven in, which is a great addition to the game. But the fact is now it has become the dominant way to score a goal, and for me, it is too strong from that point of view, and that's why I don't like it. I don't mind getting beat. It's not a problem. I mean, if I didn't like getting beat, I would never play this game because I'm not good enough at the game. But from my point of view, that is overpowered. And I agree, but for me as well, though, is most of these, I think you have to give these cards time as well. You know, I packed a Rafinha card a couple of weeks ago, first used them, didn't like them, but actually you get used to the card. And I think this is part of the problem sometimes. People get a card, they play it for 2 or 3 games, it doesn't do what the player you've used for maybe 20 games before that did, and then you discard it. But actually, if you stick with the cards and the best ones in the game, eventually you'll learn what that card can and can't do.
Like just for example, let's take Yamal, right? So many people are using their card and enjoying it. I'm not. It's like it's 99 rated card, and I'm still and I'm sure I'm not going to enjoy this one because it doesn't suit my style of play. So it's just like, and one more thing about the load driven. You know, I agree, but if every other mechanic was balanced enough for shooting, then we wouldn't have to choose load driven all the time in the box. That's the only thing that I want to add. Like, you know, when I created chance in a box, I already beat the opponents. I want to make sure that I'm going to score. That's why I'm using load driven. And load driven with a precision shooting, I agree. It's like 99.9% of I'm going to score.
Especially with 99 rated players, right?
I mean, not you. It's like, don't look at that. That it's 99 rated player. I have 99 rated with the stat players, and they're not shooting well because they don't have as play styles. You know, it's just like there's so many things to think about when you're choosing the player, stats, animations, whatever, everything basically.
John, what do you feel yourself in terms of the load driven, or is the other shooting mechanics broken in your opinion?
The problem is I'd find it hard to say that anything's broken at this stage of the game because we've seen at, for example, the Creed tournament, when you do balance players out, this game feels a whole lot different. I think the stats that are currently on players just break the game, period. It doesn't really matter in which form, right? If it's speed, if it's skill moves, if it's shooting, or the only thing that doesn't seem to break the positive way is the goalkeepers because they just break themselves down and don't do anything anymore. So I find it hard to say something about the gameplay, if it's something too strong or not. And this currently, I do agree with Art. When you do use the load driven, you use it when you are 1-on-1 or you created a fair chance, right? And then it's probably the best way, the most efficient way to take that shot and then score it. So for now, I'd say it's okay. If we do see only tap-ins or only load-driven shots when the new game hits, I do want to come back to that. But then again, most strikers do have the playstyles now and stuff as well. So I think it sounds a little bit weird, right? But when FUTTIES hits, or when we go into Shapeshifters the last couple of weeks, I think this game is just, you play because you like the gameplay. It's part of your life. It's part of your system. It's part of your habits, right? And you do something else. This game isn't played competitive anymore at this stage of the year. Like, all the tournaments are done, dusted. It's all over. The gameplay isn't tuned, which actually it was tuned lately, but normally the gameplay is left alone as well. So just do whatever works for you currently, and I wouldn't really complain about it too much, because if it is bothering you, I think this is also the best time to take a little break before the new one hits. Maybe not the most popular answer, James, but just
Definitely. Is there any cards in, just before we finish with footage, because this is team one, I think there's going to be at least another one that looks at it. Is there any cards you want to mention before we talk about greats of the game and how EA have done them dirty on that squad? James, we'll come to you first. Sorry.
What's your thoughts, lads, on the Dutchman, the SBC, Mickey Van de Ven? Always a popular card at the start of this game. Was he? I don't think he was. Was he in the game last year? It might have been Wolfsburg or Spurs. But card looks good. 11 segments is pretty rough. But the card looks good. How do you feel about that?
We throw up to our resident Dutchman then, John. What do you think?
I mean, fun player. I do think it's good value SBC though, and it's one of those players which I mean, crazy stats all over, and probably good enough. I mean, for every team, right? This could be one of those. You can't make this cheaper because he would be in any team, and there's nothing wrong with him. I think necessarily. You could say he doesn't have intercept plus, which is could be a weak point, but does it matter Archam at all currently?
Well, you know what? I'm looking at Van de Ven, and I think the EA gave us this SBC because we're gonna have so much fodder, and we need to put it somewhere. I mean, basically all our storages are full, so the price is basically. I think that's why it's so high. 500K, it's too much, and I'll tell you why. Let's just compare the card that I'm looking for right now to even buy because he's like 70, 60K. It's a color, the hero from Germany. And like comparing that card to Van de Ven, I mean, I know there is a less 5 pace, but it doesn't matter because you're still giving him a shadow and he still control lengthy with it. And I know the color they usually struggle in the game because has so much lower pace than every other card, but his defensive animations in the game are crazy good. And he's like tall and stuff. And you know, still, John, you said 500K, and that's why the price is so high, and everybody's gonna have him. Whoever wants to have one to win is still gonna do him, because as I said, so many packs saved for FUTTIES, and we have basically unlimited grind method right now. So if you wanted to have him as your Spurs team or wherever you're a fan of the card, or you're making some Dutch team, there's no reason why you shouldn't do this card. And I like that he has a quick step, right? So as what I mentioned, like my center back has to have quick step or rapid, and he does have it. Intercept, John, silver, I think it's good enough.
Fine, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
The reason that I wanted to bring up about the SBC, I think, yes, it's expensive, but if we went to the previous promo that we just entertained ourselves for 4 weeks, the most expensive one I think was like the 300K max, and we've all been crying for an SBC that we want to grind. So from that aspect alone, I think that's really good. At least we've got a good SBC, a big SBC, a popular player to grind. Some might say could be expensive, some might say it's good value. Either or, each segment you're not even looking at breaking 60K. I think the highest segment for is 55K. So you're not even breaking the bank each segment, and then like Art touched on with FUTTIES, you're saving packs. I think it's a good SBC to start FUTTIES. I've been really disappointed with the SBCs lately, and then having 4 weeks of the same promo, it just didn't really cut it with SBCs. I'm a big SBC fan. I'd rather always exchange players for a player that I want instead of exchange coins. You know, buy coins, buy your Pele for 9 million or so on and so forth. So that's I was interested in your guys' opinions. I'm sure the listeners would have been interested as well. That's why I just brought it up. I thought it was a good talking point. So you're spot on, lads.
Just on that, John, we've had a new season, and I'm sure we've had a chance to look through it. We go right to the end, level 40, I think it is. I don't know when that will be. That might be the week before the game comes out. We've got 2 wonderful cards. Again, it's it's in our contract. We have to big up the Dutch, and we've got the 99 rated Virgil van Dijk card, and also if you wish to spend your coins or a bit FIFA points, you can get the premium pass, which is 99 rated Ginola. Again, great cards. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, John.
No, let's go very critical at these cards, shall we?
Is it possible, John,
no.
to go critical of these cards?
No, I mean, it's... Then again, if you reach the last level, you're like, what, maybe 3 weeks in? Well, maybe even longer, right?
Yeah.
It's fine, right?
The season has a month to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're like... I'd reckon you'd be 2.5 weeks in before you get close to that.
I'm pretty sure some of us, like some content creators, will have it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think.
No doubt.
I mean, they already over like level 10 or 11. I'm seeing crazy stuff. So I don't know. I mean, they're doing every objective, probably buying also packs with a SP points boost. So it's just crazy. I mean, some of them will get a Van Dijk definitely sooner than like your regular players.
Yeah. So, guys, if you have checked out already, there's a lot of wonderful cards in there. But I think you also need to talk. There's also another promo at the moment, which is based on the ladies' Euros at the moment, female Euros. Let's not mention England
No,
beating
no,
the
no, no,
Dutch.
no, 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 don't go
Uh,
there.
very
That was a
surprising.
disappointment.
Yeah, that was a disappointment actually
I was
for
like,
us Scots.
I was like, let's go watch this match. This is going to be fireworks. I've seen the press conferences were actually more heated than the male teams having press conferences. I was like, this is going to be a good match, though. 20 minutes later, 3-0. Like, okay, good night. I'm off.
No, but so we've got a new promo out. It's called Greats of the Game, which is based around female players. And I have to say, guys, it's a massive disappointment. I mean, I don't know if you can bring the team up, John, if that's possible, but the highest rated card is 97 rated. We've now just entered the 99 footage stage. This is, I don't know, some watered down weird promo that they've put in. I mean, I don't think the cards are live, James, are they? At all? I know. I
I
don't.
think they are.
Are they live? Sorry, if I take that, I'll take that back then. EA, if they are live, I do apologise. I rushed onto the show tonight. No, that is the live cards. It's the greats of the game, John. It's the one with the icons in it as well.
All these purple, orange,
Yeah,
pink, white
they are
cards. It's so
certainly
hard to
live.
tell them apart.
Are
They
they
are
live?
live.
All
Yeah,
right, I'll
as
take
they're
that
cheap
back then.
performing in Euro, they are live. That's why I think that the most is 97 rated.
All right. So then, EA, you've pulled it right out of the bag.
Because
Then
the
I take it back.
potential,
Go, James. Sorry.
sorry, my apologies, Chris. I was just going to say the potential is to get 99 if they win. So say France win the final, that'll be a 99 rated card. And then if the nation scores 3, it's a +1.
Well, there you go. It
But it
shows you should
doesn't
actually
say
check your sources when you come on the show. But so on that, then, if you look at how the games have played, I think France is wonderful, haven't they? They've been absolutely brilliant so far this time.
I
So
want
there's a
a
few.
quick comment about the whole tournament, though.
Mm-hmm.
There are some pretty good teams in there. I've seen some really
Spain.
good football. Spain was absolutely amazing, but also Norway, really cool to see. Some of these female players shoot harder than an average male player, though. Honestly, I've seen some amazing shots coming off. So it's been actually a pretty cool tournament to watch. This is going to be a bold statement though, but I like these Euros actually far more than that half World Cup thing they do in the US currently.
The Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think Mbappe probably enjoys the female Euros more than he's enjoyed the Club World Cup because it's been absolutely terrible. If you watch them against PSG, I mean, if there's ever a advert for not having a big world star, but having a team that's willing to work, it definitely is PSG at the moment. So just on this then, so they are live cards. My apologies, I take that back. If I could pack Pele, I'd love that. But is there any cards then, from your point of view, James, that you think it's worth investing in because that card could be 99 rated?
I'd possibly go for a Bailey. I think she's always got a good card. Really, really good. Similar to Kante in game, in my opinion. Then what is it, 158k? So just a couple of K shy of 160. Overall, it looks a really good card. And then in 99, the potential's there. France is a great start. So yeah, I would certainly have a Bailey as
So
well.
cheap though.
Just a shame that she can't play CDM, but in future you could also possibly get an Evo if you play like a CDM. But as a cam as well, I suppose would be decent with Incisive Plus. Long ball plus tiki taka and what's that, ping pass. So all the passing play styles for a cam. So I would possibly highlight that. It's a very, very cheap card for the potential to go up. But I'd probably...
Do you really want to force star skill move player in this stage of the game though? And I see Archim already blinking his eyes to me asking this, but
It depends when you play, John. I don't really mind if you play like as a holding CM. I don't mind if the cards get 3 stars or 4 stars. It doesn't really bother me in terms of defensive thing. But in attacking, if you play a cam, then yes, you would want 5 stars in my opinion, minimum.
I think there's
June.
so many 5-star that I find it weird getting a 4-star, 5-star card currently. And we spoke about like which play style do you need to have on a card, etc. I think the one thing I do want to have on a card, except defenders, I don't care about that, right? But it's 5-star, 5-star currently. Am I weird thinking that, Archum?
I mean, definitely 5-star Wickford. It just must. With the skills, if you go with a defensive line, I think you'll get away with the 4-star skill moves. It's though CM and Cam.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little bit worried. I wouldn't play her as a CDM, definitely. She doesn't have even position for CDM, I think. And as a CM and Cam, that 5-star skill, I think at this stage of the game, I would rather have than not have it.
Mm-hmm. I do. I take your point. I do agree with both of you, lads.
But James, sorry, but as she's from France, she's definitely getting upgrades.
Yeah.
So it's like, and price 150 first night on Sunday, lower than 100K probably. So it's not like you're risking much at this point of the game, just buying her for 100K or whatever, and just keeping her in the club. And if France wins, she's 99 rated with maybe 5-star skills, additional position and roles and stuff, etc., etc.
No, look, I think it's an interesting promo. I mean, it's probably a bad timing as well. We talked about this last week about the fact is that this Euros is a little bit overshadowed by the shapeshifters that we've seen. So, and it's now again this team probably will be overshadowed by FUTTIES and the 99 rated Mbappes that nobody's ever going to see. It's going to be as rarer than unicorn droppings, So I think that just is unfortunate. But again, guys, if you're out there and you haven't seen any matches, I'm with John on this one. There's been some real exciting games. I think the
better times as well to watch.
Yeah, and I think the Club World Cup has been a little bit, as we said, a bit more filler than thriller, to be honest with you. So yeah, please try and catch some games.
I got one thing about the World Cup though, something I've never seen before, and I'm not saying I'm addicted to it, but it is really cool. And I get reminded because I see a virtual reality set with Archon laying around. And we spoke about it before we started the show. But if you're in the US or use a VPN to actually connect your headset, you can actually watch World Cup matches with a virtual reality headset. And you can say, I want to see the pitch, but I want to sit in this stage of the stadium, for example. And you can sit behind the goal while seeing in a small picture, for example, the match played around. Or you can say, now I want to sit on the byline on the other side. And you can just change cameras and feels like you are in the stadium. It is really cool. And like I said, I'm almost addicted to it. I might be addicted to it. Even the poor matches. It was really cool to watch players up close. It's live. I think there's like 10 seconds delay or something. It's almost I found it amazing. That is some experiences like you can't buy tickets normally, or we can't buy tickets normally too easy to these kinds of matches. But now it does feel like you're sort of in the stadium. I was amazed by it. It's not those things, nothing we has to do with the game itself, but I was like, oh, this feels a bit like being on the pitch. It was quite cool, I find.
I was lucky enough to watch the game, but not the football match, but actually NBA game on a VR. You have a headache after 2.5 hours like watching. It's like, some of you might even throw up after that. I'm talking from my experience. But the game itself, it's just like different experience. It's like I would never be so close to NBA players like I was there.
Yeah. Now what I see in VR though.
Yeah, that could be the tagline, couldn't it? Though you might throw up.
You might throw up.
Well,
it sounds like a Creed defense though.
You might throw up. we'll use that for next time. But we're close now to our 45-minute mark, and it's been wonderful to have you guys on. It is boiling out there, and John, you are going to discuss our holiday schedule going forward, aren't you?
Yeah, well, not properly discussed, but I just want to give a heads up. Of course, normally we record on a Friday night, but I'm leaving for. I'll leave it to anyone else to decide if it's deservingly, but I'm definitely leaving for a 3-week holiday, actually. One of those weeks, I'm actually just going to toss my phone and leave it at somewhere in a vault and just not use any socials, just kick off or just make a clean cut from everything social and work, which means I'm not here for 3 weeks. But you are, for example, looking into making some special shows like you've done the summer editions. These are Patreon first shows. I'm not saying Patreon exclusive, but Patreon first shows. And that means that James is already learning the ropes as a host and how the studio works and stuff as well. So we might be recording shows, putting shows out, but I would just say don't expect the regular Saturday morning drops for the coming month. I think it's safe to say July, maybe the first week of August, is off season for most of the hosts, but also most of the listeners. So you can expect content, but don't expect the same timing on the content. Is probably the safest to say.
Yeah, no, thank you, mate. Thank you. I mean, and it is a well-deserved holiday. Definitely, we will stick up for you on that one. I'm sure you get a lot of hate, and James is about to find out what kind of hate it's like when he's mentioned Ronaldinho again, and when he packs Pele for about the 4th time this week. And it's been a great show, guys. And I think Art, best of luck for your big day. To you and I, big luck. Hope it all
You
goes
had
well
to
with you.
mention that.
Yeah.
You had
So-
to mention that. It's just.
We can just say Artem's getting married, so that's why he's in a different room currently already. That's
So we
why we've
probably will see each other in the AFC 30.
Yeah.
No, for all our listeners, mate, best of luck. I hope the day goes
I
wonderful.
was forced to.
You were not. You were not. That's your side of the story, but you asked me. So we can debunk that story. But I don't want to say that though. One, James, your camera is looking super sharp. And if you were wondering this week, where did all those social media messages come from? These new posts, these new posters, these new clips. It's all James. So thank you, James, already. And give us a thumbs up or comment on socials if you like what James putting in the effort there, or if you have any feedback we can take into consideration. And Art, look forward to seeing the new video at your YouTube channel, because you're discussing there where you was, what you're planning to do, and it's a bombshell. And I quite like it, and it's coming up this weekend, so check out your YouTube.
Have you seen
channel.
it?
Well, I've drifted through it while actually traveling, so
No.
but I'll make sure it
As
looks
long
and
as you
sound-
like it, then I'm cool with it.
No, it's important to know there's nothing going on. People, we have I want to say we have 9 or 10 person podcast team these days. So we don't have everyone on a steady schedule, and we all have lives next to making the podcast. So that's why we rotate the roster as much as we can. But that's also why sometimes you don't see the faces you're used to, but that doesn't mean there's something going on. We're still all here. If you are on our Discord, which currently is still free, of course, you can chat to every single host, just tag @host, and we all see it. Nothing going on. We're just making sure we can keep this going, even if people go on holiday, for example. So.
Well, the referee has his whistle to his lips, and he's about to blow for full time. I just want to thank you guys again, and thank you to our wonderful listeners. We'll do our best to put shows out, but if we don't see you soon, if you're away on holiday, have a very safe travels and a wonderful time. But guys, there's just one thing left to do, and that is to
Drop it.
Drop it.
drop it.